They are the giants of our rivers. Sturgeons have roamed European waters for over 200 million years, even outliving dinosaurs. It took humans to bring these living fossils to the brink of extinction. We need to save the health of our river and marine systems so these flagship species survive and thrive in the future. This is our last chance to save sturgeons from extinction. Let's join forces in support of the Pan-European Action Plan for Sturgeons. This plan supports countries to implement concerted recovery programs for endangered populations. Action 1. Stop poaching and minimize bycatch. Despite sturgeon fishing being largely banned in Europe, poaching and bycatch still threaten their survival. What we need to do: prohibit sturgeon-targeted fishing in all European rivers and seas. Enforce bans to stop illegal fishing. Minimize sturgeon bycatch and release it back into the water, because every sturgeon counts. Action 2. Captive breeding and release. All 8 species of sturgeons are endangered in Europe today. To reverse this decline, we must establish captive ex situ stocks, ensuring their survival and genetic diversity. And we must scientifically control reproduction and release. Action 3. Identify, protect and restore habitats. In Europe's river systems, sturgeon habitats have declined dramatically. The number of rivers with sturgeon populations has dropped from 78 to only 15. We must learn where sturgeons feed, mate and lay their eggs. We must identify these habitats and guarantee their effective protection. Lost habitats must be restored. Action 4. Re-establish migration routes. All sturgeons need to migrate to find their spawning places. However, many of their swimways are now blocked by hydropower dams or other barriers. In the Danube, for instance, sturgeons used to migrate from the Black Sea to Germany, a distance of 2,380 kilometers. This is no longer possible. Multiple barriers block their way. Yet the lower Danube still flows freely 862 kilometers into the Black Sea. A fish passage for sturgeons through the Iron Gate dams would free up an additional 1,000 kilometers, thus re-establishing a part of their historic migration route. Action 5. Monitor wild stocks. We need to monitor sturgeon populations to measure the success of implemented recovery actions. Action 6. Stop illegal trade. In Europe, aquaculture is the only legal source of caviar and sturgeon meat and helps to reduce pressure on wild populations. The trade of wild sturgeons is prohibited, but it is still happening illegally. We must enforce existing regulations and raise awareness among everyone along the trade chain. Our actions need to stand on 3 pillars: a strong legal framework and an adequate funding plan, monitoring and evaluating the conservation actions, and the support of all stakeholders and experts. We must raise awareness among communities and youth. And most importantly, local fishers need to be part of the solution. Without their support, sturgeons have no chance of recovery. The good news is, sturgeon experts and communities across Europe are already developing and exchanging best practices. With the Pan-European Action Plan, these individual efforts become a concerted set of measures, orchestrated with the help of the EU and the Berne Convention. Join us now, because every sturgeon counts.